Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, August the 19th. Yes, we are. We got a fun schedule ahead of us here because the big Phillies 2 weeks begins tomorrow. Phil's Braves. And we'll get into what happened over the weekend and what happened yesterday, but it's going to be a great stretch. You got the Phillies, the Dodgers, and the Brewers all separated by one game. Oh, man, it's getting fun. It's heating up. So we got 3 with Atlanta, 3 with Kansas City, and then come home, 3 Houston, and end with 4 Braves, which takes us into September. We are entering the final week of preseason. This is it. Well, the preseason game. Saturday, 1 o'clock. And then cut down 48 hours later. So next week, we'll be talking cuts and then getting ready for Brazil and the opener. I was watching Packers last night. Bo Nix looks good, by the way. Lots to get to today. We're presented by Rite Aid. Find all of your favorite goods and all of your allergy meds from the store nearest you. RiteAid.com. All right. So yesterday, listen, it was a great week, right? They got back. They're ready to go. They feel good. You win 3 in a row. You had the 13-3 win on Thursday. Surprisingly, they didn't beat up Corbin. You win 3-2 Friday. You just snuff them out 5-1 Saturday. It's all about thank God for the Nationals. And then there's yesterday. And look, I have no issue with Rob Thompson sitting Bryce yesterday. Listen, I get it. Long season. You know, he's been there for you. You want to sit him and JT, you're still trying to manage a little bit. You want to sit those two on a Sunday against Washington, I'm fine. You got a big stretch ahead. You're going to play him every day. I have no issue with that. My only thing, and this is my only thing that sticks in my craw, is that I'm good with taking the day off as in the starting lineup. But you're expected to beat Washington, right? So now here you are, you're trailing. It's 6-4. Sosa leads off with a hit. And then you let Cal Stevenson hit? Like Bryce is unavailable, untouchable to take a cut? I mean, we're just talking about taking a cut. Maybe he takes a cut and he connects. I mean, it's that big a deal that he can't swing a bat, have one AB. That I don't understand. That is where, like, load management borders on ridiculous. What, so his mental strain of one at bat is too much for him? Come on, man. Like, you know that if you ask Bryce Harper, he's in. Yeah, like he's probably looking over. He was probably eyeballing Topper. Let's go. I'm good. I just, that piece of it, like, I understand the concept of load management, even in the NBA, how much as I just hate it, I get it. But when it goes overboard, when you sit and beat against the Nuggets and Jokic, like, that's ridiculous. Like, there's got to be something there. And then I look at yesterday and I go, he can't swing a bat? Like, you gave him the day off. I get it. He can't swing a bat. Like one AB. I'm not trying to simplify it, but it is. Sometimes it's not that deep. Sometimes it's just an AB. Now, I'm sure VG will tell me, well, maybe he's nursing something. Whatever. Here's my thing. Knowing Bryce, he wants to take a shot. let me see if I can come tie the game. So we'll get into that a little bit. I did like what Topper did with the rotation. The fact that he moves the rotation up against Atlanta, so he moved everybody up. So you get Wheeler tomorrow night against Lopez, Nola on Wednesday against Freed, and then Sanchez, who pitched so beautifully, Saturday against Snellenbach. So I love that. I thought that was a good move. I know people are saying, well, that sounds like desperation. That's ridiculous. You set your rotation, big series coming up. You gotta try to win these games. This is a crucial stretch in the whole thing. If you want to dodge the wild card, this is a big deal that's coming up. You're up 7 on Atlanta. You're playing Atlanta for 7. So this is it. This is a big, big stretch. Quite frankly, I'm looking forward to it because it's going to take us into September 1st. It's going to take us into September. It's a great final bridge to football. You have week 0 in college football starting on Saturday, and then the whole season kicks off 2 weeks from Saturday, or a week from Saturday. We're ready to go, man. Football's here. It's funny watching. I watched Purdy. It was interesting to watch him struggle, but he played 3 series yesterday. He played 12 snaps. He only got 11 yards and 1 first down. But, guys are playing. Guys are ready to go. I don't think we're going to see any of the starters on Saturday, 1 o'clock for the final preseason game. But, you start to feel it. It's here. All right, lots to get to, including the Sixers sign a French power forward, Gershon, who won the silver medal. You remember USA beat France in the gold medal game, and you get a 6'8" power forward, Gershon. All right, lots to do. Let's get the crew up. JP, John Zapata, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Look at that hat. That's a sharp hat.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
That's a sombrero baseball cap?
Yeah, so in Colombia, very common in culture to wear sombrero volteados is what they're called.
What are they called?
Sombrero volteado.
Volteado?
Yeah, with a V. Volteado. Yeah. So
what does that mean?
I actually volteado is it's like turn.
Okay.
I don't know the significance of the
great
sombrero.
hat though, dude.
So when I first started doing a lot of YouTube content, I used to go to games with my sombrero and people would enjoy it. But, after a while, I didn't want to be known as the guy in a sombrero at the game. So I decided to retire. And then I found this in Colombia. And I was like, well, goes with the theme. I love baseball caps. So it was a match made in heaven.
It's a good hat, man. I like that. Strong hat, right?
Yeah.
VG, of course.
Always
the veteran.
VG.
Violations, Greg Caputo.
Gresham Yabusele.
Always got the.
Get
you
your
got the
baguettes ready.
Phillies hat on.
Yeah.
That's not a throwback hat. That hat is from 1978.
Wow.
This hat is?
I do like that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not a throwback. I remember that hat because I think
It looks like it. It looks like it hasn't been washed since like
right,
70 years.
Somewhere around 1980. I think I had that. Yeah, there it is. The 1980 patch on the side. There it is. Nice.
You got strong hat game, bro.
It's bald guys. You got to have a strong hat game. You got no choice. It's genetics.
All fun.
All right. Lots to get to, fellas. Let's start off with the weekend. Topper yesterday. Go ahead. You're going to tell me.
I got no issues. Got a day off.
This is shocking.
Be like me, you saying I got a day off and I'm at the beach. You call me, hey, can you come in a half hour and finish up this show?
No.
Nah,
it's
I'm
not.
off today.
Can you call in from the beach?
No, I don't even want to think about work on a day off. It's a day off. We all get PTO.
PTO. Get the bleep out of here. PTO.
Hey, man.
Give me a break. He can't swing a bat. He can't take one. A hack.
Nah, he's probably not even mentally ready. Maybe he's
mentally ready.
Maybe he's,
Go, here's how I'm mentally ready. Where's my bat?
Nah, Bryce don't play like that.
Man, that's where we overcomplicate nonsense. It's ridiculous.
He's probably been watching TikToks. His mind's not ready to come in. He's like, what? No, he needs a. We got a big run of games coming up.
I can't take it. No, stop. Listen, I got no problem with the day off. Like,
you do have a problem with the day off. It's not a full day off. You want to come in and take a hack. That's not a day off.
It's like Skeeves, all right? Skeeves, our producer, Andrew Frazier, he's like, I got to stay here till 5. So he's got to do 2 shows, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
He's got to do 2 shows. It's 2 hours, 3 hours total.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Right, but God forbid. Oh my God, I got to get mentally prepared to do that. It's baseball.
We'll be sitting on the couch watching the Little League World Series.
We're doing that. And by the way, how did the boys were able to do it, man?
They had their butts handed to them the first game and came back strong.
I know, man. I
Coach
love
Hamilton
it.
got them
Newtown,
together.
baby, Coach Hamilton. Woo, we love it. But listen, dude. I mean. Again,
you
giving him the day off.
That's not a day off.
Yes, it is a day off. It is. He didn't start the game. He didn't sit out there for 9 innings. He's taking a cut.
That's like a half a day off.
How hard is it to
if
take
his name's
a cut?
in the box score, it's not a day off.
It's 1AB. It's 1AB.
That's a lot, man.
No, it's a lot. Get the hell out of here. It's a lot. It's one at bat.
He's old too. He's got to go loosen up. He's got to spend a whole nother inning stretching, hitting the batting cage, getting his timing down.
He's not old. Stop it. He's not old. He's in the prime of his career.
He's batting 252. What was he? 2 out of his last 15. Oh, for his last 7.
My God.
Give the guy a break, man. Let him take
Give
off.
him a break.
Yeah, he hasn't had a day off since the All-Star game.
You're arguing against himself because he would want to swing the bat. You know he would.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You know, as a parent, people don't always know what's best for them.
He's 31 years old. He's a veteran. He knows what's best for him.
He doesn't know. He would play injured. He doesn't know what's best for him.
Oh, stop. Listen. 1AB isn't what it's not. Like, here's the thing that drives me nuts. Like, I don't want to make a federal case out because who would know the chances of him tying a game? Whatever. It's remote. But taking a hack, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get where that's so, God forbid, taxing. It's, by the way, it's baseball. Freaking Cal Ripken. I'm not even going to Cal Ripken.
Here we go.
All right?
Cal Ripken played 453,000 days, and he walked in the snow to Camden Yards every day.
That's not true?
I don't know.
That's not true. It's not true that he played. It's not true that he played every game.
Yes, it is true.
Okay, well, the fact that I go, hey, Bryce, can you swing a bat? I don't think he's out of line.
He had the day off. I mean, I don't know.
Where you at with this, JP?
I'm with you, cuz. And simply also because we talked about it, the rest of August, it's not fun. So this week, you want to take advantage as much as you can. You had an opportunity to win yesterday. I'm not saying bring both up. Bring Bryce or JT, one of the big guns in.
And I keep JT on the ice because listen, he needs whatever.
No, so, I can't touch JT.
Well, he's been struggling, man.
Bryce has been struggling.
Listen, Bryce is an MVP. I don't care what anyone. Bryce is Superman. All right, I had never feel.
Even Superman needs to go back to that ice cave and recharge.
I don't care if Bryce is 0 for 15 or 2 for 7. It doesn't matter. Bryce is the man. I have no worries about Harper. JT, I got a little worried about. I expected him to come back being a little bit more hot. Anyway, they take 3 or 4. I can't see Taijuan Walker. He is slated to pitch Friday against Kansas City. Now, we'll see what happens.
He gave you 5 innings, 3 earned runs.
He stinks. Against that Washington team, it takes him 99 pitches to get to 4 2/3. Not even 5. He couldn't even give me 5 innings.
He gave you, what, 4 2/3?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, what do you mean, all right? That's good.
They were grinding him, man. Those guys were grinding him.
99.
Yeah, I'm good not seeing that guy. But I don't know what else you're going to do.
Kansas City and that lineup they have, Bobby Witt, Salvador Perez, they will destroy him. He won't make it out of the second. I'm done with him.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone arguing for Taijuan Walker.
Oh, God, he's just awful.
Even his most effective pitch is not effective right now. They're 41% splitters yesterday.
Yes. I'm so tired of
40-pitch first inning.
It sucked because their rotation was so when they had Turnbull, like they were deep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Turnbull injury. It sounds ridiculous, but I think that Turnbull injury really hurt them because it cost them. It's the reason why Walker. You had the Phillips thing. It really hurt them. He was a quality, like, 5th starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be the insurance policy of the depth,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was pitching so well, too, which really helped the team out early in the season.
Speaking of pitching well. Ooh. Thank you, Chris Sanchez.
You're going to bring that up?
Oh, man. That was that's a nice outing. Make you feel good.
Yeah, against a AAA team.
Agreed. No, listen, agreed. But he still gave me
a little confidence builder.
Yeah,
he needed that.
He did. He definitely did. Listen, going into this stretch, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big deal. This is it. All of a sudden, guys, I don't know. I'll take your temperature, all 3 of you. Where are you at? And this is question number 1 of the weekend 5. Where are you at for the rest of the regular season with your Nervine level? All right? Nervine level. Phillies, now Brewers and Dodgers, all separated by only 1 game. Dodgers second, half a game out of Phillies, and the Brewers, who swept the Guardians, only 1 back. So I'll start with you, JP. What's your Nervine level? Because the last thing anybody wants to do is mess around with a wild card.
No, not again. So you're saying 10, you're really nervous.
Yes.
1. I'll go.
10 is super Nervine.
I'll go with a 3. I'm not really too nervous, especially
Skeeves.
after this weekend.
I'm going 3 or 4. I'm not like too worried about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, Tom.
Yeah, I looked last night. I'm not too worried. The Brewers lineup, I don't know how they're doing it right now. It's not a good lineup. I don't see anyone there that jumps off as like a tough lineup. They got
no Yelich.
Adames.
Yelich is out for the year.
Right. Contreras and Adames they're 2 studs right now. But other than that,
Willie Adames.
Yeah, he's having a great year.
He's having a great year. But they also, the kid Turang, second baseman, is good. He's a lead. He leads off against right hand. Churio is one of the top prospects in baseball.
Yeah, I know, but they're not like. I'm not scared of them. Dodgers, I'm scared of, but we're cool with being 1 or 2 with the Dodgers. I'm not too worried about the Brewers. I think the Phillies will be fine with that.
Yeah, I genuinely think so too. But I'll be honest with you, I'm a little nervy, and only in the sense that I just don't want to mess around with any wild card. That's not good.
No, I don't want to touch the wild card at all. But it's weird because there's a lot of people being like, you don't want the week off. You don't want the week and a half.
I know.
Off.
And I sound like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth because I've said that. Mm-hmm. The only issue is I don't like the wild card. I know it keeps people in other teams into it all, but I don't believe you play 162 games and then you're stuck playing this series. I know. And
it's a dangerous series.
It is. Yeah. Now, while it benefited us against the Dodgers or against the Cardinals, I mean, who knows? We love it until you get bit.
Yeah, I like doing the biting.
I know.
I mean, not me personally. I'm just saying as a team.
I disagree.
Who are you, Marv Albert?
Yep. Let me get my dress out.
Marv Albert?
Yeah.
I know Marv Albert, yeah.
You know about the biting?
No, I don't know about the biting.
It's amazing that story just disappears for a generation, right?
I know.
What did he wedding on air?
Women.
Oh,
what?
God. Oh, my God.
I've never heard of this.
While wearing a dress, right?
Yeah. Wearing satin lingerie.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew about some of his... I knew about some of his stories, but not that one.
Yeah, he's not bang?
No, that's Steve. That was
Steve Frederick.
Yeah, Steve-O, God rest his soul, would say bang. But what was Marv Albert? Come on.
I don't remember.
Come on. What are you, that gummied up that you can't remember Marv Albert's catchphrase?
If I was gummied up, I have great memory when I'm gummied up.
Come on, man.
I need it.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was all the week. You don't know this story?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, dude, it's right up your alley, too, Steve.
I gotta look it up.
He disappeared for a couple years, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking this up tonight.
I did not know about the biting, but I knew about everything else.
Yeah, lingerie and the biting.
Yeah.
For Marv. All right.
Yeah, as long as it's consensual between adults, whatever.
Listen, I hear you.
It's just amazing that
the
story.
imagery, though. The imagery is not something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking Marv, right? Patrick Ewing, The Garden, Reggie Miller, right? Like not black panties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess I'm more nervous.
I'm out on that.
I'm more nervous about the bullpen than anything else right now.
Well,
They
it
have
was not good yesterday.
Hoffman hasn't been good for a stretch of weeks now. They're giving up the long ball.
Alvarado, Strom, Hoffman combined give up 5 hits and 2 runs.
Yeah.
I know. They got to get back to it. Valdez. The only thing about Valdez is he just throws gas.
Mm-hmm.
He's imposing.
He is. I'm struggling, man. Hoffman is really bugging me. He's been bugging me for like a week now. And Orion's throwing up long balls.
Yeah.
And we really went into this thinking, we locked up this bullpen. Us and the Padres had the best bullpen. And I don't know right now.
Padres bullpen's been good lately, no?
Huh?
Padres bullpen's been good lately.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I mean, they have the best bullpen.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing's a freaking weapon. But, wow, it sounds like you're more worried than you say you're not worried, but I don't know. You're speaking nervous.
Worried about the bullpen, yeah. I mean, it's a legit. We all know in the playoffs, the bullpen's a key, so they got to get that right.
That's definitely like the main concern for the Phillies right now is that bullpen.
Well, the one good thing for the weekend was the alumni.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I thought they did a hell of a job.
They knocked it out the park.
You know, yeah. I love seeing it. The Phillies always get it right when it comes to celebrations and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And again, you know, I love that stuff. Chooch
throwing the pitch to Blidge.
I mean, come on. That's fantastic. That's awesome.
Wheels.
Yes.
I was with a buddy at the bar when that came on. He's like, it would have been hysterical if T-Mac was wearing Wheels rug.
Oh, Wheels rug? Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's great. All right. Let's talk about Primo Hoagies. All right. Big sports week ahead. You're looking for some good sports food? Let's go Primos. All right. Now, this is interesting because they're doing something right now that could be a lot of fun. So you download the new Primo Hoagies app, and you can enter to win. You ready? A year of free hoagies. Imagine that. A year of free hoagies. From now through November 15th, when you download or update your Primo Hoagies app, you can enter their new sweepstakes where one grand prize winner is going to win free hoagies for an entire year. Now, you can only enter through the app, so make sure you download it. How to enter before it closes. For all the all the details for the Primo Hoagies app, visit primohoagies.com/app. But you can win free hoagies for a year. From their first store opening in 1992 in the heart of South Philadelphia on Rittner Street. Now, they needed to stand out. We were like, what do we do? South Philly, it's the food mecca. Well, the quality of ingredients that go to every hoagie, from the finest meats and cheeses to the award-winning seeded rolls, Primo Hoagies committed to crafting sandwiches that set the standard for excellence. I've been telling you about them for 25 years. So make sure you download the app, get your chance to win free hoagies. You'll say what I always say, not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. All right.
Rite Aid time?
Rite Aid time.
Rite Aid. Hey, Marge, shout out to you. Love you, Marge, at Rite Aid.
I like Lou, too.
Yeah, Lou's cool.
Lou the pharmacist.
Don't think you're out of the woods with these allergies, Anthony. They're going to continue on. You know why? Because there's fall allergies. Main culprits, mold and ragweed. Plants such as sagebush, tumbleweed, and the infamous pigweed. Allergic reactions occur when your body misidentifies a substance such as pollen, and then your immune system releases histamines to fight off those allergens. Interestingly enough, these same histamines are the cause of your allergy symptoms. Runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, wheezing. That's why antihistamines medications that suppress the amount of histamine in your body are often your first line of defense in treating your symptoms. What can you do to get relief during this allergy season? Sign up at Rite Aid Rewards for Rite Aid emails. Rite Aid Reward emails at riteaid.com/rewards to receive email pollen alerts in your area. Use a dehumidifier. Shower frequently. Maybe Skis will sneak a shower in between shows today. Check pollen counts. Keep your windows closed. They got a ton of over-the-counter options available for you at your local Rite Aid. Nasal rinses, If your symptoms are flaring up, you can try some antihistamines such as Claritin, Zyrtec, and you can also try those corticosteroid nasal sprays like Flonase and Nasacort. And you can always get either one of these items in your Rite Aid brands. If you have questions and you're not getting enough relief, ask a Rite Aid pharmacist if there's a different type of allergy medication for you. Maybe you need a decongestant. You can always ask your Rite Aid pharmacist for recommendations on ways to get relief during this allergy season, which seems to be all year round these days.
Love it. Got some Primos this weekend, cuz.
You did? What'd you get?
Yeah, the wife wanted some hoagies, so I was like, Primos right down the street.
What'd you get?
I'm a roast beef. You know me, cuz.
That's right. You're a roast beef guy.
Yeah, I'm a roast
He
beef.
likes the red roast beef.
I don't do the roast beef.
She got the Italian. I got the roast
No,
beef.
I love a roast beef.
You don't do a roast beef with hoagie?
No, I don't like the cold roast beef.
Oh,
I
hot
only
roast beef's
do a
good.
hot roast beef sandwich.
That's good
All right.
too.
I don't do the cold roast beef.
How do you do
And
your
right away, you have I'll say.
how do you do your hot? You do the horseradish on it?
Ooh.
No, hot peppers.
Hot peppers?
Yeah.
Just roast beef, hot peppers? Some cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
Sure.
good.
I haven't done that in forever.
like
Throw
that.
you do some gravy? A little jus
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever?
I mean, well, we at Nick's,
Mm-hmm.
they say, wet overboard, which is that the
You go
side of the
overboard?
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great sandwich.
Yeah.
You know,
Strong.
but I go when I go Primos, it's either the cutlets or I like the cured meats.
Yeah.
Can't
go wrong.
You gotta go to the cured meats.
I mean, it's a great giveaway, but I need a gym membership. I need 2 gym memberships. I get a year's free hoagies.
Yeah, well, are you kidding me? You're living.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
K-Red goes rare cold roast beef with turkey and cheese is
Yeah.
Well, that's
Some
a double.
Swiss.
Wow, the double. I'll check that out.
good. Yeah.
All right, Birds. Let's go. How much football did you guys watch over the weekend? Look at VG's got.
There was football this weekend.
Not too much. Not too much preseason.
So here's the deal going into this week. Let's look at the defense and let's look at, where they're at. Now, Nakobe Dean, there's a lot of people loving what Nakobe's done at practice and really over the last couple of weeks.
This is what we knew when we drafted him, Anthony. He's a good high motor guy. We're seeing that motor all over the field right now. He's really hustling.
Oh my God, I love that, VJ.
Do you feel better about this defense? And you know what's interesting? So we doubled down over the weekend. I do my Fox show with Jason Fitz, and we used to be on ESPN. And we're arguing, like we started arguing again because he's got the Cowboys ahead of the Eagles, and I just don't see it. And then Will Brinson from CBS, who covers football, he's got the Cowboys over the Eagles. And I start to look at some of the other. There's a lot of Cowboy love out there, and I'm really I really like to look at it objectively. I look at this Eagles team and I go, what don't you like about this team? Like, I get there are some question marks with the defense, but they got some good youth in the secondary, right?
Yeah.
And I know off the edge you got to do better, but my God, like this offense. Are they going to struggle offensively? I can't see it.
Well, because what's their reasoning why they like the Cowboys more than the Eagles? I mean, like, if you look at this roster and you look at the problems the Cowboys have, how do you not like the Birds over the boys?
I mean, running back Zeke Elliott compared to Saquon, right?
Yeah.
And CeeDee Lamb, ridiculous. A.J. Brown's right there with him. Brandon Cooks, dude's never healthy. Never lasts a season.
And he's also
taking
about
Devontae.
34.
Yeah, the third receiver on both teams stinks. Jake Ferguson, I mean,
He's
Goddard's
good. Listen,
better than Ferguson.
Ferguson's
He's a nice guy, but Goddard's better than him.
Ferguson's good. I have no issue with Ferguson.
Yeah, he's fine.
Tight end.
Yeah. And I mean, they got Zach Martin at guard, but I don't know. Offensively, I guess it's on the defense. They're saying the Cowboys is where they're going to
I
shine.
can see that, but still, I mean, this defense has some talent, young talent too.
Can I ask you this about defense while we're talking about?
Yeah.
Did they kick the tires on Justin Simmons at safety? We got safety issues. They signed a 1 year, $8 million, 1 year for $8 million. Eagles have $26 million in cap space. Why not sign him?
Unless they just think he's done. I mean,
Reed Blankenship done?
Well, no, I know, dude. I mean, he's scared.
He's got to be better than Reed Blankenship.
Yeah, like Blankenship. That's the one area that I don't like.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, I like Gardner Johnson, but he's got to stay healthy.
Right.
I mean, he's got to be on the field, right? So there's some issue there. But I feel the same way about Blankenship.
Yeah.
Yeah, he signed so cheap for a 1-year deal. Not even a bone, like a big signing bonus or anything.
I wonder how much stock we put in that report about Vic and Justin not getting along in Denver.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, listen, he would know. Well, that's the reason why I thought, like, you know, there's certain, when it comes to personnel, you're going to trust Fangio. Like, he had the guy, so he's going to know better than anybody. Is he done? Is he,
True.
you know, does he not like him? Does he think he's bad for this unit? Like, you know, I trust Fangio when it comes to that.
When you bring up Dean, I got to say, man, I think Dean's resurgence, if it is that, how much is that Trot Jr.? Trot Jr. came in with that Trot attitude and pushing him. Like, he's showing as a rookie coming in and maybe kick Dean in the butt a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I got to get my act together
Yeah,
here.
I'm
This
excited
young
for Trot.
kid's flying around. I mean, he had an interception this weekend, I think, on that inter squad practice.
Yeah, dude, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's the impact, and it's funny. Like I remember watching McClemson and going, "Wow, man, he's just always around the ball. He's got that flow, that nose for the ball type of thing." And he's different than his father. His father was, Trot was hulking. Let me blow up an A gap.
Yeah.
You know, like he'd swallow you up.
Perfect for the times.
Right. But man, I remember texting with Trot about Junior and just his instincts, man, ball instincts. Like when you're a linebacker, it's funny. I was telling this to Anthony. He's so tired of me talking to him because my Anthony's going to play will linebacker, right? In high school, you know, it's freshman ball, but whatever. You know, I act like he's playing at Notre Dame, but I completely go overboard. But I'm like, listen. You got to flow to the ball. You got to flow. You got to see the ball. You got the instincts. You got to flow the ball. And truth be told, it's the same way in the NFL. And you watch Trot Jr., how his instincts for the football.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just, I guess they're talking about the Kobe being, one thing he's doing is shed blocks really well, which he hadn't done. But that's Trot, man. Trot just finds his way to the ball carrier.
Yeah, I think he's influenced the young linebackers here with his attitude. They're calling it, I think it was Casper in the chat called it Trotitude.
Oh, Casper, I love that. I love a little Trotitude.
Yeah.
We got to get that to Trot Jr.
All right.
Your boy settled down a little bit yesterday. Tanner McKee had a rough outing at the practice yesterday. Threw a couple interceptions, 2 for 8, 2 interceptions, a pick 6.
Can't be perfect every day, VG.
Didn't have any time. Listen, they say he was struggling with the rush and look a little Kenny Pickett-ish out there.
Oh,
all I know is that I don't like Pickett. All right? I don't like Pickett a little bit. All right, let's go to weekend 5. You can answer my Phillies Nervine. Let's go with our typical best and worst of the weekend. Let's go. Best for you, JP.
The best this weekend. Oh, I mean, it's easy. Saturday, I'm obviously going to go a little soccer. Saturday, the Union punched their ticket to the Final Four Leagues Cup. So the Union are saying goodbye to 3-year central defensive midfielder Ed Brujo Martinez. He's going to Brazil. They did a great send-off. He banged the drum, got the goal and penalty and PKs. Ed Brujo Martinez, the best one of the weekend.
Because you can't stop with the soccer. You just
Got a little love for the youth.
I know you do. No, listen. I appreciate it. That's why you're you have a part of the show, man. You provide something that I can't give you, and he's not going to give you.
I'm not giving you that.
You know, who's the guy again?
Jose El Brujo Martinez. Signed in 2020. He's gone now.
Okay.
Going to Brazil. He's actually going to go to the club, the stadium we're going to play in.
Oh, really?
Sao Paulo. He's going to that team.
Okay. All right. Skeeves, best of the weekend for you.
All right, best of the weekend. I have 2 real quick. One is soccer. Premier League started up again. Excited about that.
God.
But the other one, Saturday.
I mean, like, listen, I like it, but you guys just are obsessed with it.
Oh, it's great. It's a great product.
Like, I talk about football, and you guys, you guys talk about soccer.
I'm ready for NFL.
You guys
cuts.
mock me about football.
I got something to say about it in a little bit.
Well, my other one is I went to the Phillies game on Saturday. And it was wonderful. They unveiled.
It was wonderful.
They unveiled Monty's
That's great
angle.
analysis right
They
there.
did all the whole
Dude,
ceremony.
you went to the Sanchez game. That's
I
awesome.
was at the Sanchez game. It was great. The rain was here and there, but it was great.
Spitting a little bit.
BG.
This is going to sound, it's not sports related. I will, all right, sports related. Yesterday, what they did with the Little League World Series is one of the best things all year.
I love it.
With the players,
Yankees, Tigers.
interacting with the
kids.
kids. The kids get to watch them play at this tiny field. But I got a fly issue going on right now. And I was going to buy like the bug assault gun. Have you seen this? It's like a salt gun. You put table salt in it and you shoot flies with
Yeah,
it.
I've seen that.
Get out.
Oh my God. It's supposed to be so much fun and very effective. And it's $50. But I walked down to our boy, Mitchy Tools, Cohen Hardware, and got a fly swatter. I am taking so much joy in swatting these flies with an old school fly swatter.
So what's the fly issue?
I don't know where they're coming from.
What's it like, the Amityville Horror?
I killed
All
like,
of a sudden, you're looking around, it's fly, you're infested.
close. Like 8 or 10 in the last couple days. But
That's a lot of flies. When you see 8 or 10, that means there's 50.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where they're coming from. But yeah, man. So
Well,
I
have a dead body somewhere.
swatting. And I'm getting so much joy out of it.
Hate
That's
flies,
my
hate
high of the
mosquitoes.
Kill. I'm glad you killing flies is your best of the
I
weekend.
mean, I try my best.
I
throw all the lights
I think
down.
of all the things you get, my best of the weekend was killing flies.
I try my best. I put all the lights out and open the screen door, hoping they go to the door and I can just let them out. But they don't. So I got to swat them. Swat.
I like how you're trying to gently.
Try. I mean,
Usher the flies.
The pagan hates killing anything.
God, flies are evil.
I know.
There's nothing good about flies.
No, they're just
They're
annoying.
bad mother fathers.
They're
What do
so
they
annoying.
do? They spawn
They just
eat
from
trash,
evil.
Puke on your food.
Yeah, man. There's
yeah.
nothing good. Kill those mother fathers.
I'm not alone. Everyone in the chat saying the flies are so bad this year. All right.
Oh, yeah.
They
No,
have
for
been
sure.
bad. They have been really bad this year.
Ugh. All right. Worst, JP.
So my buddy had his 30th birthday down in Wildwood.
Okay.
Calling a little bit violation, VG. I couldn't make it, but he decided with our group of guys for everyone to wear T-shirts that said "Happy Birthday, such and such."
No,
Happy 30th birthday.
no,
What?
no,
What?
no,
What?
no.
So I'm glad I didn't go. That's a
A
violation.
bunch of guys
just over.
running around Wildwood with
Yeah.
happy birthday shirts
A
on.
group of men wearing "Happy 30th birthday, such and such."
But they went along with it?
I can't say no to him. And I was like,
Yes, you can.
guys,
Yeah,
I
I go,
can't make
dude, are you
it.
out of
Wait,
your
nobody
mind?
in the group. There's not anyone in this group is like, yo, this is ridiculous.
Well, I talked to
We're
my one
grown
buddy.
men.
He was dreading it. And I was like, dude, that's a violation.
You have to buy
guys
your own
can't
shirt?
Do that. Nah, he gave him out.
He bought and supplied his own shirts.
Dude,
This guy
that's
likes
horrible,
celebrating his own birthday.
What happened? Like, why does everything need to be a production?
You're spot on.
I like
cuz.
seriously.
Look at me.
Cuz-
It's my
Like, why
birthday.
is everything a production? Just go enjoy. Like, I feel like the old man, and I don't give a lousy rat's behind.
That was good.
I really don't care.
The old lousy rats behind.
And I got to tell you, I don't understand why it's a production. I don't know why you do a production, whether it's a girl or a boy for a baby. I don't understand why you got to go do fireworks.
But do you see
For
these
that-
birthday parties for these kids now, cuz?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
insane.
kids. Not like grown
This-
30-year-old
No,
men.
yes, but like for
30 years
little
old.
kids, like I'm seeing like like you said, whole production. Whatever happened to like I told my wife, I was like, what happened to streamers and piñatas? Like, why are we doing these
Yeah.
whole productions? It's not the red carpet of the Oscars.
Dude, listen, as a parent, like, these kids' parties are ridiculous. And it used to be like, a couple kids dropped off the house. You order a pizza, you
Bounce
watch
house.
a movie, run around or whatever. Now, God, it's got to be everything is a production.
Like 12,000
And
balloons.
the dude's got to go. Like, nothing worse than a kid's party. Like, what? Oh, it's horrible.
Yes, that was my worst. That's a violation, guys.
30.
Don't do that. guys.
Wearing the shirt.
Ed Wright.
Girls do
Ed Wright in the
that.
chat buying
In
shirts for your
Nashville.
own birthday
Well-
party. Yes, girls do that.
In Nashville.
We'll say one positive. The shirts were Kelly green and white. So that was the only positive.
That's weak.
Doesn't make it
I mean,
better.
that'd be like you're gonna get mocked. You're gonna go out, you're getting mocked.
He's single
it's too
too, so I don't know how the
much.
females in Wildwood took it.
I mean, if I'm sitting in a pub with a couple buddies and a crew of guys coming with these T-shirts
Happy
on,
birthday.
You got
First of
Buster
all,
Stones, VJ.
Yeah,
Look
first
at
of all,
these dweebs.
listen,
I'm just
you should
leaving.
never
I'm
celebrate
leaving.
a birthday after 21. Now,
what?
hold on. Here's my rule. Right, 21, you can throw a bash. 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, whatever, right? I get it. There are milestones, birthdays. You want to have a party and all. But you don't go, happy birthday to me. Like,
Well, happy birthday to me is a little different, but
that's listen, when you're a kid, it's happy birthday to me. We go, oh my God, it's my birthday. We all have the same thought, But you're 30 years old. Stop.
I think Andrew and I did it the perfect way. I think we did similar things. Just pregame at someone's house, go to one bar, and call it a night.
In fact, Andrew just had his.
you're okay for doing something special. Get together with some buddies and go out to a nice dinner.
T-shirt, matching T-shirts.
No, I'm not doing a matching T-shirt. Maybe at 100. Hundo, maybe. I'm 100.
Yeah,
I'll be the only one there. My friends be dead.
Skeeves, worst.
The weatherman. The weatherman is my worst. Why are you going to tell me it's going to rain all day on Sunday and then it doesn't rain? It was sunny and beautiful. I had planned my whole weekend around this big weather storm that was coming, and it didn't happen. So thank you, weather person, for telling me.
Weatherman. I was like, name a weatherman. They're all women these days.
Weather person, weather woman. Thank you so much for ruining my
Weather
weekend.
app.
Weather app.
Weather apps. The weather app stinks. It changes on the hour. You can't. They have
It
no.
does
They
stink.
have no
I
handle
do-
on weather.
I do agree. We always look at our phone for weather, and it's always wrong. It's a fugazi.
It changes
For
all the
sure.
time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll tell me on the radar. There's no clouds and it's raining.
Yes.
It's raining on
No,
top
I
of
agree.
it.
I agree with you. The
Yeah.
weather app.
I'm with you there, Skeeve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
they
ahead,
said-
what was your worst?
Premier League started. Oh my God. My whole world, I don't know if it's my pocket of South
on.
Philly. I got a buddy. We were going out to bopping around town to watch the Phillies Friday. And Premier League game tomorrow. I'm not coming out. It's like, what? Oh yeah, I want to get up at 7:30 and watch
I was up at
Liverpool.
7:30 to watch Liverpool.
That was your squad.
Yeah,
right?
my
Yeah,
buddy's not
Saturday.
coming out because of this.
They win?
Oh, yeah, they won.
South Street's cover it. Like there is a picture outside of O'Neill's of probably 60 Everton guys in their gear.
Get out.
All
That's
taking
awesome.
pictures. They're,
Toffees.
they're everywhere throughout South Philly, and I'm over it. It's only just started this weekend, and I'm done hearing about the Premier League.
Sometimes I feel like the Premier League is like bigger than even hockey in this town at times. Because on Saturdays, you see people at all these bars watching these games. And listen,
They're
you guys
everywhere.
know me, I love soccer, but I'm not make time for the Premier League. No offense to all my Prem heads out there, but I'm more of an MLS guy, and I
I know
don't get
you
it.
like the MLS more than
It's
the
because I
Premier
love
League.
Philly. It's my team.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of soccer jerseys over the weekend. I went to Cherry Hill. I was
It
at
is
the mall.
amazing, man,
A
how-
lot of people wearing them.
I will tell you, it's pretty impressive, the interests it has. I don't know where it came. I mean, it's really been over like a 5-year period where it's just blown up.
The internet, it's helped us out.
I guess.
It's a great Premier League. I know you're scoffing it right now, but it really
I'm
is.
not scoffing. Listen, it's a great
game.
It is.
It's a lot better.
I'm not going to lie to you. Like
entertaining.
every once in a while, I'll do a little Serie A.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like when I go home,
Yeah, man.
Calcio.
I'll watch a little Napoli.
Hey. What's a Napoli?
But I feel you.
Yeah.
You know what it
Give me
is?
the World Cup. Give me the
There's a
Olympics.
pecking order for me. I'm always about a pecking order. And we got big stuff ahead between the Eagles and Phillies.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we get the brain.
He's coming on, right?
The brain. All right, we're going to do a little brain brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook and Casino app. Brain.
Brain. Red, the brain finder.
Good morning, Brain. How are you?
Oh, he's got merch.
Outstanding. How was your weekend?
Good.
Brad Best Bets
That's a
hat.
strong hat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody's got the
Respect
merch.
the hustle, Brad. Respect the hustle.
yeah, I have to send you guys one.
Yeah, well, send us
without a
like
doubt.
3.
That's a good looking hat too. It's a nice. I like the color. I like the shape.
Yeah,
It's classic color combo. It's like the maple leaves, that nice
Yeah.
blue and white.
yeah, it is like the Maple Leafs. That's a pretty
Yeah.
good call, DJ. Yeah,
Did you
actually a
pick
little bit.
Did you pick the color schemes?
No, the missus took care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I you know me, I don't know. but yeah, she did it. But yeah, I like it. It is, yeah, very Maple Leafs like. It's a pretty pretty good call.
Where might one procure one, Brad?
Oh well, now these are collector's items.
Oh, all right. I thought you might have one.
Yeah, Yeah. So maybe one day, but yeah, right now it's very limited, like to me. but
All right.
but you could, anyway, one day maybe.
All right, buddy. Let's get to. I'm curious. A couple
Yeah,
things. One,
sure.
do you get involved with the Premier League? Like we were just talking about it. People
No,
love it,
no.
man. Like, do you
Yeah,
ever
it's great.
handicap
No,
that?
it's I have not. It's funny though. It's funny. The older I've gotten, it's interesting, Anthony. I don't know about you. The older you've gotten, like when I was young, like I didn't look at soccer like at all. I didn't
Right.
have any interest in it. It wasn't anything that I. To me, soccer. You might as well talk when a kid like eating their vegetables. That to me was what soccer was like. The older I've gotten, the more I watch soccer, the more I enjoy it. And if it wasn't for the fact that again, I did the one thing I can't stand is the VAR where if you just are in the box and you get a if you just touch a guy, it's they call a penalty and it's so hard to score a goal in
Yeah.
that sport. I
Yeah.
just think the penalty doesn't necessarily fit the crime more times than not, and that's the only thing about soccer I really don't like. But it's a great sport. I actually really do enjoy it, and I've definitely done like a 180 on it. And I love like the
I did
World Cup.
too.
Actually,
I mean, honestly, I did too. I never even thought about it. Like, never.
never thought of
Growing up, it was
no
like, I'm out. Like, I never played it. I was never interested
same
in it.
same.
And then, I don't know, I got swept up in it too. And I like it because it's off times too. Like, I can go home at 3 o'clock and go watch a match, right? Or Saturday mornings is always big. Like, you can watch it Saturday morning. Or,
And the Premier
it's
League, yeah, of
something
course, yeah.
like I love sports. So something on and like, especially if it's I like the European stuff because that's kind of the best
Absolutely.
of the thing. But
But it's funny because
you don't play it. Like, you don't
no,
handicap it.
no, I don't. And it's listen. I told you I've said this a million times. I'm saying a million and one now. I don't do this for fun. Me, I'm not saying other people can't. I'm not saying
Right.
other people won't do this for fun, and I encourage people to do it for fun. But I personally don't do it for fun. I do it to like make a living. So, like for me, if I'm going to do it, I'm not just trying to like flip coins here and hopefully just
Right.
I'm doing it like if I actually think I actually can make money on it, and I don't think I'm good enough, to bet on this unless I really immerse myself in it. I haven't done that yet. Maybe one day potentially, but I will tell you this: it's funny, just as a sport itself, Anthony. Like the World Cup to me, I that's probably right up there as like my favorite event of anything in NFL. Anything you want to give me, I actually really do think the World Cup is like, and I will go when it's here in the United States. I will go, and so I'll probably go to the finals too, and I believe it's in the Meadowlands.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. All right. Let me ask you this, buddy. So, we just got done talking about, and I don't know how you feel about load management. And I didn't have a
Yeah.
problem with giving Bryce and JT off yesterday. I didn't have a problem with Topper doing that. However, I did have a problem with it's the ninth inning. Sosa leads off with a single, and Stevenson
It's the pitch hit.
is like, why can't Bryce take a hack there?
Listen, I agree with at the highest of high levels. I can't give you a good answer for that, other than I guess he made a decision to give him a day off, and come high or high water, he wasn't going to get off that. That's the only thing I could think of. Because to me, it makes no sense. I agree. If you're trying to win a game, what's wrong with him taking a swing there and taking a bat there? And I can't imagine that he would be like, oh, I don't want to play. I don't want
No,
to take that at
I mean,
bat. You
knowing
know what I mean?
Bryce.
Like I
Yeah,
can't.
right.
Right,
He's probably
exactly. So to
eyeballing
me,
Topper.
yeah, exactly. Saying, look, get me in there or whatnot. Look, the Phillies, they won the first two games of the series. I really was hoping they listen right now, Anthony. I got to tell you, like they're pitching, and look, Sanchez had a good game, which was great, which he needed, I think, and they needed. But right now, their pitching is a little shaky. I mean, you have Wheeler at the top and Nola, but like right now, their 4 and 5 starters are just kind of I don't
Well, that's
know.
why Suarez, like everything's
They
about
need
range.
Suarez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why I've
yeah.
been saying it. Like the whole season, all the playoffs and all the hopes really rely on Suarez because he's going to play such a big role as that number 3 starter in a series.
That's again, it really is huge. Like they actually really like need that. Like that is
Yeah.
something they need him. By the way, they need him just not just to come back, Anthony, but to actually be good. And
Yes.
that is a huge key. And look, it was disappointing when Estevez blew the 2 runs and the other night. It's funny, I had the Phillies with the run line that day,
Right.
and 2-0 lead, and the guy had pitched pretty well this year, and boom, my run line goes up in smoke. But um, I don't know. Look, it's. I really do think that that's something
That
that
was
they really
bizarre
do
that they
need them
couldn't
back.
get to Corbin.
Crazy, right? I mean, Corbin, like, we know Patrick Corbin's MO has been just,
Yeah.
you light this guy up. Like he is like a tomato can. He just is, no offense to him. And, they just could not get to him. And now Nola got in and out of trouble, but he was able to, like, still have a shutout through, I think, about 7 innings. But, look, they at least won the game. But, yeah, I was very surprised they weren't able to touch Corbin up more than they did.
You know what Saturday
Still a
is?
successful series.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that?
You know what Saturday is?
What are you going to say? Yeah. Okay, college. Yeah,
Week
college.
0.
Yeah, week 0. I love how they call it week 0.
See,
I
I'm
mean,
glad you do. I knew you could appreciate this. I love week 0. I love when they call it. You like week 0?
I don't know what week 0 is. What's week
Look
week
straight in the
0?
face. And I don't know what that is.
You don't know what week 0 is?
Is it the week leading up? What is it?
God,
the week
dude.
before
Are you
the
serious?
football?
How could you not know what
Wait,
week 0 is?
is he being serious? Actually, all kidding aside, like, I'm actually not
Yeah,
BSing.
I'm being
Is he
serious. What is week 0?
Really? You know sports at a high level. I'm not talking to, like, I'm talking to a guy who knows stuff at a high level like you. You really don't, really?
It's the soft launch of college football.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not a big college football guy. Yeah. So
But you know sports very
That's
well.
another thing I don't understand. People that don't like college football. You love the draft, but you're not in on college football. Well, then what is that?
I mean, it might be different now with the playoffs. It always just seemed like fugazi at the end of the year. So maybe with the playoffs expanded, it'll be a little different. But I don't know.
They were on a little bit of decline.
Do you have a favorite college team?
What?
They were on a little bit of decline for a couple of years.
Do you-
I feel like this year the
Decline?
excitement is
College
back.
football's the greatest.
We just never had a rooting interest here either. It's like,
Do you have a rooting interest, VG? Do you have a favorite team?
me?
VG, do you have a favorite
I
team?
mean,
Yeah.
I loosely, just because like my little league
Penn
team
State.
and stuff was Michigan Colors.
Oh.
And I like the song, the greatest song in college football.
Yeah, hey,
He's a
listen, man,
Michigan freak.
You just made my day. You don't have to say another word, man.
That's a great song.
You mock the Irish.
Yeah, I hate Penn State and Irish. Notre Dame and Penn State fans are so incorrigible. So that also made it tough.
I'm
for me
going to
right
root
now.
for both of them just to stick it in your ear.
They both think they're like Ivy Leagues.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
No,
they
they
do.
stop.
They
They don't
these
think that.
academics.
They
They think they're
don't.
Duke or something.
No,
Come
they
on.
don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Stop.
Stop. You
Still
stop.
Irish.
Unbelievable.
Meanwhile, they got
I'm
the-
trying to. Kids don't even know what week 0 is. You kidding me, Brad?
Again,
Brad's looking
I
it
was
up right
I
now.
I am
Brad's a sports.
week 0. I am surprised you. No, that's okay. Listen, that's okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah, but yeah, week.
Don't pacify him. It's not okay.
I mean, I will give you an NFL game where I think is going to move guys just for week 1.
Whoa! Whoa!
I see a line movement. I see a line movement.
All right, what do we got?
Right now, I think on Parks, I think the Steelers are playing the Falcons week 1. I think the line's in the 2.5 area. I will predict that line closes 3 or at least 3 for Atlanta right now because Steelers are
I
banged
like
up,
Atlanta.
injured,
Yeah.
and they've losing a lot of their players, and the quarterback play for Pittsburgh.
Horrible.
Man, I know we talked about. They cannot score. They cannot score, and I would play.
I think
even
Russ
though I
is
think he
cooked.
stinks. Russ is beyond gone.
He's cooked.
Russ is Kenny Pickett Jr. I mean,
Yeah,
Russ is.
I would go Fields all day long.
They have to go Fields. They have to
Yes.
go Fields. Now again, I don't think
Yes.
I've taken them to heaven, but I think the Falcons line is. Oh shoot! I don't know how that line is not at least 3.
I agree.
Because to me,
I agree.
Atlanta is going to be able to score points.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's going to be good. I think ATL's good.
Yeah, well, their over under is basically a true 10. And I think that line, if you like Atlanta, I think that line closes at least 3. You can get it right now under 3. I just personally made a big bet on it myself.
I had this for like maybe a nug later. The Steelers played Russell and Fields the entirety of the preseason game.
Crazy. Yeah, I
3
watched
points
it.
they scored for a total of 139 yards combined.
I know. No, that's what we're talking about. I know.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah,
And I'm sure a lot of people loaded up on Pittsburgh knowing that was the rotation.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because it's funny. I initially had a play on Buffalo, and then I came back and I replayed Pittsburgh because the rotation was going to change. But they look, they played their. That's pretty sad if they play their quarterbacks the entire game,
No, they were
two
horrible.
straight games, and they
I
can't
know.
score. No, Anthony, it's been 2 straight games.
I
I don't
know.
think they've scored a point. So to me, and again, this is why this is a team that could use Ayuk. I'm not that, but again, it's amazing if you don't have. And Anthony, I know
Here's the
you with
problem,
Coach
though.
Rule.
If you're Pittsburgh, you almost can't mortgage it. Like, you almost need to go back and kind of restructure. It's going to cost you. If IU comes here, does that mean that you're going to be a Super Bowl team? Like, they're not an upper tier team. That's why I don't use those assets.
Yeah, no, their quarterback play to me is absolutely, it's horrible, and it's fun.
Yeah.
That's why this again, BG. We talked about their season wins 8.5, my friend.
Yeah.
You tell me how that team's going to win 9 games with that quarterback play.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm saying no way, Jose.
You know who look good?
I think this team's going to struggle.
Bo Nix.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that, Anthony. I have a note to discuss that with you. Sometimes in the preseason, look, it's hard to know what's fake and what's fugazi, right? With that coach, this is a guy, by the way, Anthony.
Dude, I think he's going to be good. I agree.
He was the #1 college quarterback. He had the Heisman Trophy. People have to see. Here's the thing: Jaden Daniels won the Heisman Trophy, and I'm not saying not deservedly so, but Bo Nix was minus 300 before they played Washington. Bo Nix was minus. Let me say that again. Bo Nix was a 3-1 favorite to win the Heisman. I think the entire impression of Bo Nix would have changed if he won the Heisman. But now Daniels and Kale, because they won the Heisman the last 2 years, are getting all the respect.
Agreed.
Bo Nix really had the award won.
Yes.
And he's going to a coach that is, the best coach, more arguably in the league after Andy, let's say, or right now, right up there.
Yeah.
He's
a great coach.
I think that he's going to be far better than people are thinking, and
Oh, you need a button. No, I agree. I like Bo Nix.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know if I just got.
That's all right. We got you back. Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
I think
I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You guys are busting my stones over week 0. This is the schedule for week 0.
Florida State, Georgia Tech.
Montana State at New Mexico.
Yeah.
SMU at Nevada, and Delaware State at Hawaii.
Florida State's playing.
By the way,
one game.
Florida State, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, one game. It's a game
Anthony.
0. It's not a week 0. These other slates pretty
Arkansas
weak.
State, man. Come on.
Weak.
I did bet SMU.
Delaware State, Hawaii.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You guys got to find more to
You're
do
proving
with
his point. You're proving Anthony's point.
Yeah.
These are great games. No, but SMU.
I can't go to the pub.
SMU, by the way,
it's not a pub. It's in South Philly. It's on a corner. It's a bar. It's not a pub.
It's got nice food.
It's a
I
bar.
Pick SMU to win the ACC, guys.
Bar food. It's a bar.
I don't know where you hang
South
out with
Philly.
those sketchy characters like Skeeves. You hanging out. I hang out at nice pubs.
Does that have a cigarette vending machine?
No cigarette vending machine in my pubs.
Pubs. You act like it's you're in England in the 1600s.
They don't have that anymore, do they?
We go to the pub and watch Montana State versus Delaware State.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
What do you got for us tonight, buddy?
Well, listen, it's fine. The guy struggled his last 2 games. I get it. But I still think Taj Bradley's a good pitcher going against Joe Boyle, who's just I'm not even going to call him a 4A pitcher. He stinks. I have, in my opinion, a good pitcher. I laid $1. I think it's $1.17 on the park site right now on the 5-inning line. Again, I'll take my chances at a pitcher who's been elite up until his last 2 starts against a Patrick Corbin kind of pitcher. Oakland can score. And Anthony, I know you called that way back when. You go watch out for Oakland. Since then, they've been a legitimate 500 team. They're not a horrible, horrible team. So this is not an anti-Oakland bet, but it's more of an anti-Boyle bet for me. And I'm basically
my
getting
only
to pick
thing
him.
with Boyle is he doesn't have as bad as stuff as you think he does.
No,
He
I know the
actually
analytics
can
have actually. Yeah, I
his
know that.
strikeout. He actually got swing and miss stuff. Now listen, he can get hit without a doubt because he catches too much of the plate, but his stuff isn't bad.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but again, I'm laying minus 117. It's basically a pick'em game
No, I know.
where
I mean,
I think
I
I
get
have
why
the
you
better
make
of
it a
it.
play. I'm
Yeah,
just giving you the
but yeah,
boil.
you're right. Yeah, no, listen, and by the way, Tampa's offense stinks on top of it, so I do understand that. By the way, I heard you mention SMU. I did bet them at 15-1 to win the ACC. They returned them
Smart.
like I think 17 or
Yeah.
18 starters. I think that's a very good long shot bet.
Yeah, I like them. How about Ole Miss? You like Ole Miss?
Ole Miss is great. Ole Miss is great. Had the great portal transfers. Top five team, great schedule. Should make the playoffs. There's nothing but great quarterback, great coach. Ole Miss, should be right up there as any team. It's going to be fun with the playoffs this year for sure.
It's gonna be incredible.
With having
I was
both
going
teams.
over on my Fox show Saturday. We were going over schedules, and we were looking at Notre Dame, and it's amazing, man. You got Florida State, and that's really it. I mean, you
the
don't
over-under is
have,
10.5. It's high. That's factoring in that schedule. That's factoring in that
and they only
schedule.
play 4 road games, if I'm correct, if I remember right. Irish.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they have, look, the quarterback play should be good this year, but the over-under is 10.5. So they're basically really giving them
I think there's
elite
4
respect.
teams that have that over-under.
There's 4 teams that have a 10.5, you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Or what, Ohio State? I guess you're saying only 4 teams?
Did you play any totals?
Well, my big bet, Anthony, and but again, I'm afraid to be yelled at by you guys, is Michigan. Oh, I bet Michigan under 9.5, very big. Now it's down to 9.
That's your squad, man.
Yeah, but again,
It's so interesting to me that you love Michigan.
I
like
do.
We love the Eagles. You love Michigan. And
I love.
you
I
were
root
so
for the Eagles.
happy.
I mean, Michigan, and the Sixers. Those are the 2 teams I let myself really.
You
root.
were so happy when Michigan won the national championship, and now you bet they're under.
Well, listen. I mean,
And
Anthony. Listen again.
Listen, it's a good bet, and you use your brain. It's smart, but that's why you have no emotional ties.
Well, it's funny. I don't know if I ever told you this story. I still have nightmares about it. When they played TCU 2 years ago, Anthony, in the Final Four. Do you remember that game? They lost 51-45. There was a live bet where TCU had the ball up 6 with like 3 minutes to go, and they made the spread pick 'em. And I thought it was one of the worst lines I've seen in my life. And I was almost going to just bet $1 gazillion on TCU, but I wanted to root for Michigan so hard, I didn't do it. And I'm still angry with myself because Michigan lost at the 45.
Yeah.
But listen, at the end of the day, me betting on something isn't changing the fact that I'm not controlling the game by betting it. And Michigan, look, their schedule, Anthony, I'm sure you've seen it.
No,
they're going to have to play Texas.
No, listen, I think it's a smart play. I really do. Hey, at Brad's Best Bets.
Yes, sir.
.com. And hey, listen, Brad is a betting analyst for Parks, the Bet Parks online sports book and casino. He knows it better than anybody. So, Brain, good stuff, buddy.
You're a good man. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
See you, pal.
Be good.
So we're talking about the Bet Parks sports book and casino, online casino. And it's the greatest. Everything we talk about, that Brad talks about, you could find on the app. It's got it all. Brad will give you those things. We're talking about, you give me a week 1 Atlanta over Pittsburgh. I think is spot on. I like the Falcons. I think that's a good play right there. He's talking about in-game stuff. You're watching the Eagles, right? And say you're looking at, you get the sets. They're hot, right? They're coming out. They're moving the ball. You go in game and hit a spot for them right on the phone. Boom. You bang it right there. And when you're watching the game, you can mess around with the casino, and they have all kinds of great games like VG does it. The
Baccarat.
Yeah, you're a Baccarat.
Banker.
That's why you go to
Banker.
the pub. You play Baccarat.
Classy at the pub, yeah.
You're a classy guy, VG. You got you go online Baccarat, which is great. The live roulette, live blackjack with a live dealer. So you see the dealer on your phone. Boom, would turn it over. So much fun. Slots, the whole nine. They got everything on the Bet Parks Sportsbook and online casino app. Make sure you download it right to your phone. If you have a gambling problem, you got to call 1-800-GAMBLER. New customers, by the way, if you're down in the first 24 hours with the casino, you get up to $1,000 back. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, Maryland, Michigan. You want to bet, you got to bet Parks.
All right, cuz. Well, that's a game changer for watching games. Now, listen up for all my men, my women. I'm trying to save relationships out here, all right? We're talking about the game changer for sleeping, and that's with Sleep Healthy PA, ladies and gentlemen, all right? I've told you my story before. Listen, going to Colombia every summer, I loved going. But the worst part about it, and I love you, Abuela, but sleeping in the same room next to your room was rough because Abuela had the worst snores out of anyone I've ever met. And she probably could have used Sleep Healthy back then, but it's okay because we're going to help you guys out here today, all right? Because at Sleep Healthy PA, they're committed to helping Philadelphia residents stop the snore today. They're finding solutions for sleep apnea that will allow you to rest well and improve your health. And Dr. Andy Cohen, he's a board-certified dental sleep he's board-certified in dental sleep medicine, And he's going to help you learn about sleep apnea and help you to avoid that as well, all right? Guys, we've all seen the CPAP machines. They do not look like fun whatsoever. And so they're working on trying to get rid of that there for you and reduce the snore when you sleep because nobody, including yourself, want to go through that experience at night. If you're experiencing sleep apnea and are looking for a custom solution to stop the snore, reach out to Dr. Andrew Cohen here today. You can just go to sleephealthypa.com or you can call 215-337-2501 and tell Dr. Andrew Cohen that PHLY sent you here today. So guys, don't wait anymore. Stop the snore here today with our friends over at Sleep Healthy PA. And thank you to our friends over at Sleep Healthy PA, cuz.
All right, my man. Appreciate it. Now, we had a big weekend of practice football.
Oh, yeah.
With the Eagles playing on Thursday. It left a big weekend of practice. Now, Covering the Birds does such an incredible job for all PHLY Eagles. That's right. Zachariah. Zach Berman. Good morning, Zachariah.
Anthony, good morning. I'm trying to figure out that Michigan 9.5 number, right? I mean, that schedule's tough, and that team's got talent.
Yeah, I think it's an under too. That's a tough schedule. And look, I love Harbaugh, man. I think Harbaugh is just an incredible coach, and I think he gets the most. I think they're gonna take a little bit of a dip.
Yeah, I mean the Big Ten every week in the Big Ten this year with USC now Oregon, it's absolutely loaded. So I hear you there.
No, I look at the we'll digress for a moment, but I look at the Big Ten and the SEC like the AFC and the NFC, right? Like at some point, it's just going to be two conferences with a bunch of divisions. And I think that's how it all will play out in college football. Then the rest are all playing in a secondary kind of, NIT type of tournament.
Yeah, that's the thing. I covered the ACC for a while, and I look at the ACC now, and you got SMU, Stanford, and Cal. And in addition to the road trips there, it's like you got the short end of the stick in terms of the big-time football programs. They're all in the SEC and the Big Ten right now.
I know. I mean, like Texas and the SEC. Kidding me? Like,
Oklahoma.
I still miss the Big 12, right? Or the Big 8 back in the day.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
I wish
Nebraska.
Yeah. I miss those late night Pac-10 games this year.
I know.
Late night Pac-12 games, right? I always love watching USC.
Pac-12
Washington
after dark.
Yep.
Oh man, VG did no concept of week 0. Do you believe that?
Really?
Come on,
you want to go to Ireland for some Florida State, Georgia Tech?
I can't wait. I'm so week 0'd up right now. Now that I found out about it, I'm so excited about this game. It's the line 15. Should be a barn burner.
No, but listen, you're talking about a one of these contenders, man. Florida State's a top contender.
Okay.
The Knowles.
I can't win, Z-Burn. All right, let's talk Birds. Most important here. So a couple things. What stood out most from the weekend of practice? Give me who you liked and who maybe struggled.
What stood out to me was how well the defense played in yesterday's practice. Now, the flip side of that is they played against the Eagles' offense, and it was how much the Eagles' offensive line struggled. Now, there was a few things that the audience needs to know about this. Lane Johnson had a veteran day yesterday, so he did not practice. Mekhi Becton left practice early.
Yeah, I
Tyler
saw
Steen's
that.
not
Is that
practicing.
any worry?
I don't believe that's the case. The Eagles have a walkthrough today. I don't believe it's considered long term right now. So they're down to their third string right guard, down to their backup right tackle, and the O line and the defensive front feasted. Josh Sweat had 3 sacks yesterday. Jalen Carter was in the backfield all day. So that's a bad sign for the offense, although I think it shows how important Lane Johnson is to this team. And I've said this now for a decade plus. You realize how good Lane Johnson is when he's not on the field. And it was so apparent yesterday. So that stood out in terms of big picture. Some other things from the weekend. Cooper DeJean back at practice and participate. Now he's on a pitch count right now, but he started with the second team, then mixed in with the first team on his first day back, which was noteworthy for this reason. When he was out there with the first team, Quinyon Mitchell was on the outside. And I think the Eagles' ideal lineup for, if you ask them, what do you want this to look like in January? My guess is Quinyon Mitchell on the outside with Cooper DeJean in the slot.
Yeah.
And I think you saw signs of that the other day.
Yes.
The other big takeaway I'll give
Yes.
you is Nakobe Dean has come on during this past week.
Oh, my
has been
God.
playing
People are
terrific.
raving about him, Zachariah.
Yeah. And
Shedding blocks.
I've covered every Nakobe Dean every training camp practice for the past 3 years that Nakobe's been at. Yesterday was the best I've seen him play.
I like it. Shedding blocks and flowing to the ball. It's funny, VG had a good line. He said, how much of that has been Trot Jr.'s impact, on like he shows up to play and it's like, all right, I better get into the groove.
Yeah, it's a good point. And to build on that, I think it's kind of the overall approach they've taken with Nakobe Dean this summer. If you remember last year, they made Nakobe Dean the number 1 linebacker from the start of the spring, no questions asked. They really didn't add anyone to the linebacking core because they didn't want anyone to get in the way of Nakobe Dean. They've taken the opposite approach this year. They've kept him with the second team for a good chunk of the summer. VG mentioned Trot Jr., but it's having Zach Berman over him too. And I think I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it's kind of coincidental. But I think the message was, if you want to be a starter this year, you have to earn that role. And he's still not the first one up in these reps. But if you had to say to me who are the 2 best linebackers right now, I would say Nakobe Dean over Zach Berman.
Let me ask you a question. The biggest area of concern, let's switch to the offense. What's your biggest area of concern? Obviously, is it wide receiver depth or O-line depth? Because it feels like they have a pretty deep O-line, but you hear a little talk that with that lane, all of a sudden things struggle. It's a different look. The spot with Becton, one of the issues has been staying on the field and being healthy, right? So what's your bigger concern?
Yeah, throughout the entire offseason, my bigger concern has been O-line depth and kind of the O-line overall, because the Eagles are accustomed to that group being top of the league. And Cam Jurgens might be terrific at center. It's still an unknown. Right guard is a major unknown right now, right? Mekhi Becton hasn't played there. Tyler Steen hasn't won that job. So even if there's promise there, it's an unknown. And then at right tackle and at left tackle, where you have a Pro Bowl and an All Pro caliber player, if one of them goes down, what's the depth behind them? You got Fred Johnson, and then I thought it was going to be Mekhi Becton, but now Mekhi Becton's your starting guard. I think they need to give Tyler Steen, when he gets back, some reps at tackle just to get him ready there. But I know teams can always say, well, if you lose this All-Pro, it's there's going to be a drop-off. The thing is you can be a drop-off to like a league replacement level, or it can be a drop-off to a major concern. And we've seen during the past decade, when Lane Johnson's not in there, what that does to the team. We've seen really the 2 years in the past 15, when things have gone real bad for the Eagles, it's because the offensive lines had injuries and they haven't been able to withstand them. And if that happens this year, there's a lot of unknown because Jack Driscoll's not here, Suo Opeta's not here. Guys who've kind of been key backups for the team over the past 4 or 5 years, those guys aren't here.
Yeah, it's almost it's the price you pay for such top level the talent, right? So because you have AJ and Devontae means you're really thin behind them.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, there's a bit of there's a bit of concern, like depth wise. It's interesting because their deepest positions on defense at corner.
Yeah, you're right, and that's because of draft inventory, obviously. And they've if you keep adding draft picks and you hope some guys develop, and that's you see Keely Ringo, for instance. Keely Ringo, I think, is a starting caliber player. He might not be starting by the end of the year for the Eagles if Quinyon Mitchell's starting on the outside. Isaiah Rodgers was a good lottery ticket signing, and I think the Eagles do have some intriguing depth options on the offensive line. Right? I mean, if Steen focuses at tackle, for instance, if he's not the starting guard, and we're assuming he's not the starting guard, and if Becton's healthy, then I think Steen can be a solid replacement level tackle for you. I think Trevor Keegan, the 5th round pick, I'm intrigued by what I've seen from him this year or this summer at guard. I think it would behoove the Eagles to look at him on the right side. They don't really have options right now in terms of depth wide receivers if AJ or Devontae go down. And part of that's because, that they haven't drafted a receiver in the first, 4 rounds in the past 2 years. So you don't kind of have that natural pipeline. And that's fine. That's where you're really counting on whether it's your lottery ticket signings like Paris Campbell or your 5th round, your 6th round pick, Johnny Wilson. You're hoping someone emerges there. I still think a trade's a possibility.
Yeah. We had Bo on Friday. I'm curious about your takes from your visit to Foxborough. Overall, what impressed you from Foxborough, and what did you think it needed some work?
Yeah, what impressed me overall was the way the defense handled a bad offensive line, and a bad offense. But the reality is, you're going to see bad offenses this year, right? And there's only so much you can see on a day-to-day evaluation and practice when you're seeing the same guys. So now you see a different team, and the Eagles' defense was significantly better than the Patriots' offense. So that's a good sign. And then offensively, I think what really jumped out from the practice was how good A.J. Brown is. And A.J. Brown just had his way against that Patriots secondary. Now, I think when I look at the game, obviously we're all talking about the backup quarterback situation. It's clear Tanner McKee outplayed Kenny Pickett. But I thought that there was some real, positive signs from Bryce Huff. The fact that they played Bryce Huff, that surprised me before the game. It was explained to him that because he's new to the team, they wanted to get him some work. Vic Fangio said yesterday that was invaluable for him. He hasn't been a 3-down guy for him. And you saw he played 12 snaps or thereabouts, and he was involved in 4 tackles. You saw him stop the run. And he's going up, by the way, against the Patriots starters. I came away from that game feeling better about Bryce Huff, and I think that's important to mention because he's one of the key players on the team this season.
All right. I know VG's got something for you, but I'm going to ask you this. A lot of people aren't as high on the Eagles, I guess, as I am going into the year, national. So, listen, you talk to all the national guys you're with, and it's odd, man. There's they're good, but they still favor the Cowboys, and it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, a handful of them. I had conversations over the weekend with people I do the Fox stuff with, and a lot of people are not on the Eagles bandwagon, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, that does surprise me, especially in the NFC East. I think the Eagles are better than the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to be better than maybe some Eagles fans think because, I mean, Dak Prescott's a high-level player. They have legit high-end talent.
Is good.
Yeah, Parsons, but they too they're replacing their defensive coordinator, right? So there are questions there. I think if you look at the NFC, if you want to argue San Francisco, if you want to argue Detroit, okay, yeah. I mean, I'd probably take both teams over the Eagles right now. But I think the Eagles are up there as legit NFC contenders. I think that if their pass rush can be what they need it to, or what they think it can be, and there's a question there on the pass rush, I think they're going to be good. And then I'm expecting a huge bounce back year for Jalen. He's been terrific this summer. Like there's no way around it. There's no rationalization or anything you can say. Like he's playing at an exceedingly high level. And now, does it look that way when he's facing unscouted looks from the defense? We'll see. But he's in command of the offense. He knows how to get the ball to these weapons. And if Jalen's playing the way he does this, if Jalen plays this fall the way he does this summer, it's going to be a good season in Philly.
Zach, I'm like super concerned about safety position. We were talking about it earlier. Justin Simmons signs for almost nothing, basically, this weekend. And we were trying to figure out why the Eagles may have not had an interest. And I think JP brought it up. Do you think Fangio's not a fan? And that had them not kicking the tires on this?
Yeah, so Fangio coached him. He had his best career years with Fangio. I think that part of that's age. In free agency this offseason, they preferred C.J. Gardner-Johnson, right? So with how they're allocating, their cap dollars at safety, they wanted to pay C.J. They liked Xavier McKinney in the free agent market. That was a guy that they would have paid for. I don't think they kind of view Justin Simmons from a cap and cash perspective the way maybe Eagles fans did. If you're looking at him as a third safety, maybe, but I think that they're happy with C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Reed Blankenship, and then eventually Sidney Brown. They just need to keep C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the field, and that hasn't been the case for much of C.J.'s career. Even in his year here in Philly, he was terrific, but he was injured. And if C.J.'s not out there, it changes the way that secondary looks. It specifically changes the way the safety looks. They don't have depth at that spot. And CJ is just such a playmaker that he's so critical to their success. So I think that with Justin Simmons, I just don't think they viewed it as like the high level player that CJ was.
Been messing around and goofing around by Nick Sirianni's new role as CEO. I read a tidbit. He might have found a home for what he's good at this weekend. Apparently, he stepped in for Brandon Mann as the punter during the rush drills. And how'd he look back there as the punter?
Yeah, I put a picture up of that. Now he wasn't punting. He was standing in there for the drill. I think Nick still wishes he could catch passes out of Mount Union, right? Like he loves and I say that like I say it sincerely. He loves playing football. So I think anytime he can be out there, he's happy to catch it. It's kind of like hardball. You see Jim Harbaugh before the game, catching the passes. There's a funny anecdote I shared. Brent Selleck, 7 years into retirement. When Brent Selleck comes to practice, he wears cleats, right? Some guys just can't get away from it. And I think that's kind of how Nick's wired. I don't think that he was providing many punting tips for Brandon Mann.
Is he adapting to this? Is he adapting well to this new role? It is different. I mean, not a lot of head coaches are kind of like that, where usually they have their hand in one side of the ball.
Yeah, we'll see, because everyone's happy during training camp. That's kind of what I've learned. I've fallen for optimism in training camp before. Everything's great. These roles are great, and then you're 2-3 in September and October, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, you wanted that guy running the offense instead of me, right? Yeah. So, I think everything's good right now. I think you really see things when you really see things come out during the season. And that's what I'm eager to find out.
Get back to Jalen for a second, because I'm fascinated by this. He looks so good. By the way, this portion of the program brought to you by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. Check out the credit union difference at TrueMark Financial today. TrueMark.com/PHLY. So, Zach, what does he look different with? Like when you think about Jalen, what's been different is delivery, the way he sees the field, his quickness in getting rid of the football, all that stuff. Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think knowing where to go with the ball and when to go there is what jumps out to me. Is that the ball is on time, it's in the right spot. He's using the short and intermediate game better than he has in the past. Now
Is he throwing over the middle of the field?
He's throwing in the middle of the field. Those slants to AJ, automatic. That was a takeaway from the one-on-ones against the Patriots. There's a lot of talk, obviously, about this no interception streak. I think it is legit. I think it's real. Now, I don't think he's throwing downfield as much as he might have in the past, but I don't think this says anything about the Eagles' defense. The Eagles played against the Patriots, and they had 2 interceptions in the joint practice and then an interception in the game, right? I think this is Jalen knowing where to go with the ball, making good decisions, putting good ball placement on the ball. And by the way, there's been interceptions from Tanner McKee. There was a pick 6 yesterday that Tanner McKee threw. There's been interceptions from Kenny Pickett. Jalen Hurts is playing good, smart football. So that's what jumps out there. And then if I can add to this based on like the conversations that I have with the people in there, what he's doing at the line of scrimmage is a difference this year. Obviously, no Jason Kelce. Jalen's responsible at the line. Jordan Mailata said like there's been a major difference with Jalen taking control at the line of scrimmage, knowing where the hots are, knowing what to do on a given play. And I think so. I can't tell you that from watching practice. I can only tell you that from talking to these guys, but that's what they're telling me.
Yeah, that's big.
There's a talking head out there nationally who always takes shots at the Eagles. I'm not saying his name. He took the hot take this weekend or maybe Friday that Jalen Hurts throwing no interceptions is a big cause of concern.
Saw that.
Either they're not testing him in practice or the defense isn't good. It was such a ridiculous take.
Got a fish, VG.
So here, let me say this, all right? Because I know this isn't popular in Philly. I went to college with Nick Wright. Nick Wright's been really good to me. I'm not going to say anything bad about Nick Wright, but I'll say he's wrong about this. And the reason I'll say he's wrong about this is because I've been there for every single throw Jalen Hurts has made this summer. I've seen what's going into this. I've spoken to people behind. I've spoken to players involved. I've spoken to the people behind the scenes. The way Jalen's playing right now is real. This is not for a lack of aggression. This is not for the way the defense is. He's not throwing interceptions because he's playing good football. Now, I'm not saying it's going to look like that against Green Bay, but I'm telling you that what I'm seeing now is legit. It's not inflated.
There you go. Zach, great stuff. 2:00 today, you and Bo.
Yep, yeah, 2:00. The Eagles have a closed walkthrough today, so we will catch you up from the 2 practices this weekend, including yesterday was like a scrimmage type practice, so a lot to catch you up on there. And we'll also look at each of these rookies because I mentioned Cooper DeJean, that him being back. I think Alex Hunt has looked really good, and obviously Johnny Wilson has the concussion now, and Nia Smith hasn't looked as good. So we'll go through all the rookies on the roster and tell you where they stand.
I love it. That's great stuff. We'll be watching. Everybody's going to watch Zach and Bo, 2:00. Thanks, brother.
Thank you. Talk to you guys soon.
And, let's talk about Parks Casino, the casino, Street Road, Ben Salem. We tell you about it, right? Like we tell you about the Bet Park Sportsbook line, but the Parks Casino, a mecca of entertainment. Look, we all want to go out, right? It's great to be on your phone, the whole thing, but you want to be out. You want to go and imbibe a little bit. Cocktails like the $5 Epic Happy Hour that's happening right now, Wednesday through Sunday at Parks Casino. In fact, we're going to be up there. The crew got invited to a nice Epic $5 Parks Happy Hour. So looking forward to that. You can get your Parks pills, so $5 drafts, $5 glasses of Cabernet, the Albertoni Cabernet, $5 drinks of summer, the Arnold Palmer Twisted Tea. Arnold Palmer frozen cocktails are delicious. The small plates like the braised short rib sliders, the hot honey chicken sliders, delicious. All the entertainment they have, whether it's the 360 Lounge, Joe Conklin's weekly comedy nights, the big acts that go to the Excite Center, which seat 1,500 people, the biggest stuff out there. I mean, Parks Casino is a mecca of entertainment. The restaurants, the Park Steakhouse, the Bamboo Noodle House with the incredible hand-rolled sushi. I mean, they got it all. You got to check it out. Next time you're looking to go out, have a little fun, blow off some steam, just go to Parks Casino, man. Easy. Street Road, Ben Salem, all roads lead to Parks. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I love it because it's a great option for the summertime. But if you're looking to be outside, guys, let me tell you about Game Time app, guys, because it is my place to buy tickets for all these events. And obviously this week we don't have too much going on, right? The Phillies are away. But next week, guys, the Phillies will be back. We got some great concerts coming up. I'm going to a concert next Saturday. So, guys, there's only one spot to go for all these tickets with the Game Time app. Some of the best parts is, guys, it's obviously stressful buying tickets these days, right? Like, you know, it's super expensive. You know, you think you got a certain price. You go to the checkout page, and then here comes $5,000 worth of hidden fees. It's not fun. But the Game Time app, they take all that stress away. Download it today. It's a free app. We all love free. Check out some of the events that are coming up in Philadelphia. You'll even be able to see your seats before buying. So, like, you know, if you buy a seat and surprise, there's a post in front of you or something that blocks your view, Game Time app takes care of that for you. And then when you select your seats, you go to buy, you go to the checkout page, you'll know exactly what you're paying for before you actually hit that checkout page. That's the best part about it. You don't have those hidden fees, and we all love it. And it's the best for last minute to guys. We have people saving up to 60% off on last minute tickets, guys. So go down. Listen, if you want to go to a Phil's game, go down, tailgate a little bit. Xfinity's right there as well. Have a couple drinks, have a bite, and then an hour before first pitch, go on the Game Time app. You'll find some of the cheapest seats that there are out there right now, and you'll be enjoying some of the great options that they have on Game Time app. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with the Game Time app. Download the app here today. Create an account, and that promo code we always hook you guys up with, PHLY, will get you $20 off your first purchase. Again, download the app today. Use the PHLY code for your first purchase. $20 off comes right back to you. And guys, this is the place for all your events here. So thank you to our friends over at the Game Time app.
All right, buddy. This portion of the program brought to you by Rite Aid. Go to Rite Aid for all of your needs. Allergy. I'm rubbing my eyes and the whole thing. I got to get the drops. I bought the drops. They're in my desk. This old building with the mold. Yes, not good. RiteAid.com. Hey, real quick before we get to VG's Nugs, I have odds for the NHL Rookie of the Year.
No, you don't, cuz.
The Calder Cup Trophy. So you want to take a guess at where the kid is?
Number one.
You say one?
I'll say two.
You say two?
I'll say two.
Number one!
Wow. Wow.
Michkov,
3-1.
I love the Michkov.
Celebrini, who went number one, is 9-2.
I figured it'd be Celebrini.
Stankoven, he went high early from Dallas, 5-1. Carter Gauthier is 6-1. How about that?
Interesting.
Wow. We could have had two of
There's
them.
a lot of young talent over in Anaheim, too.
I know.
No odds on the new speedster they got this year?
Here you go. Here's an odd. Here's the odds for Coach of the Year.
Wow. Where's Torti?
What do you think?
Tortorella, I will say 4.
4?
I'd say like 10 or 11.
Yeah, more like that.
8.
He's way down there. 30-1.
What are the odds of him not finishing the season?
Wow, BJ.
But you got Keefe, the guy from New Jersey, Brunette from Nashville, and our buddy Craig Berube, the Chief.
Oh, wow. Nice.
9-1.
Woo.
Look at
That's
that.
worth a little.
Peter Laviolette, 20-1.
Lavi?
Look at that. That's interesting.
That's a good night.
And then they had their, and then finally the favorite for MVP. You want to take a guess?
My boy and
McDavid?
yeah,
Yes.
my
Yeah,
boy
I'd
in
say
Edmonton.
McDavid.
Overwhelming favorite 2-3.
Yeah,
He's minus 150.
Out of curiosity, where's Crosby in there?
he's got some skills.
Crosby, he's way down, 75-1.
Made a late push last year.
McKinnon 7-2. Kucherov 5-1.
Oh, he had a nasty year.
Draisaitl 12-1. Pasta Man 15-1. Bread Man 25-1. Jack Hughes 25-1. Ugly Austin Matthews 30-1. Mikko Rantanen 30-1. Kaprizov from Minnesota 35-1. No Flyers, just FYI. No Flyers. All right. I like that. I want to give you a nug.
That's a good one, man.
Give us some nugs, VG.
All right. Well, we talked earlier. We'll do it again because it deserves saying. There's Council Rock Kids.
Yeah.
Moving on. They play tomorrow.
Let's go.
Yeah. I think they play the winner of Mountain and the West regions tomorrow. So Tuesday, 7 p.m.
How many more? How many games?
I don't really know how many more they have left.
Yeah.
I found out my dad played
Have
for
you
that
looked at
team.
the
Yeah,
really?
way back in the
Got a
day.
couple
Mr.
of alums.
Steves. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, he played for
That's
that team.
awesome.
Jamie Lynch too. I like
Yeah,
it.
Jamie too. Hey, before we do Nug Nugs, let's do this real quick. ESPN ranked NFL position groups. Quarterback. Overall, where do you think they rank the Eagles' position of quarterback?
Well, I'm not a big Pickett fan as a backup.
Top 10 or no?
No.
I could see them being like 9 or 10.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
mean,
saying 12.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense. Who's your top 5?
Top 5 for quarterbacks: KC, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and the Jets.
The Chiefs fans are loving Carson Wentz,
The
by the way.
Jets.
The Jets, number 5.
That's high.
It's a little high, right?
Does Andy Reid turn Wentz
No.
into a quarterback?
Imagine that.
Like,
not
I'm
impossible.
it's not crazy to
Right.
think that.
That'd be wild.
He's done it before, Andy has.
Yeah, Alex Smith. He did it with Alex Smith.
Listen, he won games with AJ. He won games with Coy Detmer. He's won game. He got Vic off of jail,
Yeah.
out of jail,
Almost
right?
MVP that year.
Which is a lot. Which is difficult when we saw guys have layoffs, Deshaun Watson, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I will never forget Mike saying, Andy's the greatest coach I ever had. Like, I wish I would have had him young.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that for his career. Carson.
Wentz.
Yeah.
Wow.
Screw that guy.
Come on.
I don't want to see anything. No.
He was a pivotal piece. Come on, in that run. He needed him.
Sure.
Imagine
He
like
served his purpose.
imagine Mahomes goes down for like 4 games this year.
You're like,
and then
oh, wow,
Carson
Wentz goes 4-0. Oh, God.
National media. Wentz
Yeah.
is taking the job of Patrick Mahomes.
Well, listen, if that happened, no.
No way.
No, it's not that. If something happened, Mahomes went out for 4 weeks, Wentz comes in, plays well, he gets the job next year. Somebody trades for him. And then Andy flips him for a number 1 pick,
Yeah, and he's
second number 2
smart
pick,
business.
and he'll stink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a finisher. He's
No.
more of the fluffer.
How
Yeah.
are the Jets so high though on that list? Isn't the backup Tyrod Taylor?
yeah, I don't get that one.
I don't get
A-Rod.
that one.
Running backs. Where do you think the Eagles rank in running backs? Pretty good running back room.
I
Yeah,
go 2 or
but-
3, right?
I'll say top 5.
5?
2 or 3. I'll say 5.
What?
Wow.
San Fran 1, Detroit 2, Atlanta 3, Seattle 4, Jets 5,
Wait. Give me one more time, real slower.
San Fran,
Okay. McCaffrey, right?
Detroit,
I love Detroit. I thought they would be 1.
Atlanta,
Yeah, Bijan.
Seattle,
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Jets,
Yeah.
Birds.
Brees Hall.
I thought it'd be a little higher.
Yeah, I thought they'd be like 4 after the
3 or
Falcons.
4, yeah.
Wide
Receiver, they got to be.
Wide receiver rank.
They gotta be-
top 10,
Yeah, the top
Yeah.
3. Top 3.
top 5.
I think so.
I
I,
think
got to
top
believe
3.
that
Number
they're
2.
like, yeah, they got to be in the top
AJ and
5, 2
Devontae
or
are-
3.
They are 7.
Really?
What?
That's
So
tough.
Miami,
I think because they don't have a third.
Yeah.
Miami,
They have Houston 1,
Houston won. Miami,
Niners 2, Seattle 3,
Ah, man, those guys are 100.
Bengals 4, Dolphins 5, Bears 6, Eagles 7.
Yeah, I guess because of depth.
I don't know about Seattle.
Houston,
Kill.
no, wait, Houston would be number 1.
I was
Stacked.
Yeah, offensive line are top 5, they're 5th. Interior D line,
Ooh.
Well, it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
I bet you they got them high.
22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, edge rusher, they are 16th.
They're higher on the edge.
That's
Yep.
interesting.
I'll be honest with you. I'm way more confident in their interior than I am their edge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Off-ball linebacker,
20s.
30th.
Yeah.
Cornerback,
Now, they're not going to judge the youth, so they'll be in the teens.
11.
Yeah,
11. I was going to say 12.
It's respectable.
Yeah. Safety, 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then overall, where do they have them ranked?
Top 5.
8.
They're 10th.
Wow.
They have the Niners 1, Jets 2,
A lot of
Chiefs
people are
3,
high on the Jets.
Bengals, Browns 5, Cowboys 6, Ravens 7,
Cowboys 6.
Dolphins 8,
Look,
Detroit.
again-
Dolphins, Cowboys ahead of Detroit.
That's insane. Where do they got the Cowboy ranks?
For which position?
All of them.
All right, let's see.
So where's Dak? Dak's what? 6, 7?
Quarterback,
What's Dak and Trey?
Dallas is 6.
Yeah.
Running back,
They got to be way
they gotta
down.
stink,
right?
right?
They got to be 30.
They're last.
Yeah. All right. How about receiver?
Receiver, Dallas is 11.
They got
were
one
7.
receiver, man. I mean, Cooks,
Yeah.
Tolbert.
This
you know.
probably love Colts.
Tight end, they're 17th. Eagles are
Where O-line, they got to be high.
O-line. Dallas is Eagles are 5th O-line. Dallas is 18th.
Wow. I thought they'd be higher than that.
Just
I
ahead
thought
of
they
them.
would be like 12.
Yeah, interior line. Dallas is 24th. I don't understand how they're ranked this high overall.
Edge, they're
Edge
high.
rush, they're 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Secondary, they're high.
Let's see. Cornerback. Yeah, they're 4th in cornerback. Safety, 12th.
Yeah.
They just lost Gilmore.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of love for some
There's
reason
a
with
lot
this
of love in
Dallas
that squad, man.
It's
I don't
interesting.
see it. I mean, listen, I think they're going to be good. I think they can make
Right.
the playoffs, but I don't see where they're better.
team.
That's interesting. Your conversation. People think that they're actually better than
I've
the
had more
Eagles.
conversation arguing.
It's
I can see it being a
bizarre.
wild card team.
In fact, the guy I work with, I'll make you a bet. Cowboys more wins than the Eagles. I'm like, really?
That's insane, cuz.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're off base.
How do you
Do you
look at
think
the
this-
rosters and think that?
You think that's just a hot button topic, though, to say the Cowboys are good, so they
No,
get people
I-
talking and
So
yapping?
fans get all fired up.
No one likes the Cowboys.
Listen, sometimes it's done like that, but I mean, when we were talking about it, it was pretty genuine how they thought.
I think a lot of people are also putting in stock the Eagles collapse last year, and people think that it's going to carry over to
Yes,
this year.
I do think that. I don't think they buy into the coordinators
Yeah,
like we do.
We shall see.
I guess off that collapse.
Nugs.
Let's do something fun. Hey,
Yeah.
we can do a little back in the day with this one too. Actually,
Rite
this
Aid?
has happened a few
Brought
years
to us
back.
by Rite Aid, our back in the day moment.
Yeah, it features Phillies right fielder Nick Castellanos. He, I guess when he was with the Tigers, maybe it was a talent show. He did a little lip syncing to a boy band.
Do we want to see this? Whoa, look at that outfit.
Yeah, that's him. That's actually great. That's Nick. Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, McCain, Jared McCain, he handles the trolls pretty well. So, you know, an old curmudgeon was like, yeah, I'm tired of these dance videos. He's like, you better get working out, get ready for your season. So he responded with a nice little workout video.
This is
You know,
awesome.
we're used to seeing
I
the
love
Ben
this.
Simmons one.
I mean nothing to y'all.
He's like, my
Understand
bad.
nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this shit forever.
Oh, my
mind,
God.
Ever mind, ever mind. Shutting
He's
shit
got a
down
great
and-
personality.
He does, man. He's fun.
He's fun.
That's actually great.
That's good.
That's great.
That's how you clap back.
No, the kid's got a wonderful personality.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Excited about the Sixers, by the way, cuz
Oh yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Could do less with the TikTok.
We got a lot
He's
of
the one who said on the troll message.
we got a lot of love off the Skeeves juggle act.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was
man.
good. Yeah,
That was good.
Marvin Harrison Jr. showed up for his pregame. Did you see his fit?
Yep.
Looking pretty good.
Yes, he did.
Rocking some 76ers
That's right.
gear, some hat, and a little
Philly kid.
sweatsuit. Yeah, not bad. Born and raised here.
It's like when Bridges used to rock the Philly stuff when he was down there.
Yeah. Marvin.
So, WNBA, your favorite, Amp. Caitlin Clark got a technical foul yesterday. It was a little questionable. Just wondering if they're. Hey, I don't know if you can see this. There we go. So she's under the basket.
Today. That is a major
You see
improvement
what
from
she did
Indiana's
there?
defense.
The first 3
She
minutes
punched
for
the padding
For Seattle today.
on the
That
base
is
of
a
the
major improvement
basket.
from
And they
Indiana's
teed her
defense.
up.
the first 3 minutes
For the engine for Seattle.
It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous.
Let me ask you a question. Listen, I don't follow it, I just don't have time.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Vince, our operations manager, who loves
He's
it,
got a WNBA tattoo.
he won't stop talking about it. All he does is talk about it. Why does that league bite the hand that feeds them?
I don't know. It's so
I
weird.
don't understand why they go out of their way. All that kid does is play incredible ball. What she came back in Friday night 29.
Yeah.
Like, she's a great ball player.
He just qualified for the playoffs, no?
I think
Look,
I
and
don't
they
know.
stunk. They were horrible, right?
Yeah, they were back-to-back
So
number one picks.
why does that league? They do anything to keep her down. They just don't want her to win. They don't want to be the Caitlin Clark League. Is that it? I don't get it.
It's a great
I mean,
point.
it's weird too because and she's unselfish. She leads the league in assist, I think.
Yes. No, she's a great ball player. And she's unselfish. She's a great kid. They just want to make her out to be a pro. I don't understand it.
They're trying to make her a villain.
Yeah, that's
feels
stupid. Why would you tee her up for that?
How many
That
times
was
have you seen a
terrible.
player do that? And it's nothing.
Because
Nothing
in
happens.
today's day and age,
That's stupid.
you
It's
can't
stupid.
show any emotion unless it's a smile. You can't.
That's
What
just
do you
wrong.
mean? No, we show all kinds of emotion now.
Now, if she's punching another player or fan, then yeah, but it's just a pat on the.
No, that's stupid.
board. Come on
Stupid.
now.
Absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
It's a violation, VJ.
Caleb Williams looking good this preseason.
Dude, did you see
I
that
got
throw
a
he
couple
made?
plays I want you to take a
I
look
watched
at.
them. But you know me, I'm watching. it,
Yeah.
so.
I had to catch him on Hard Knocks too.
Oh, this is sick. That throw he throws there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, this one might be a little crazier.
On the run.
Yeah, him on the run.
Yeah, this was a great play.
This kid might be. It looks like he's a player.
Oh, I think so.
Nail polish and all.
I think he's a hell of a player. And listen, you're in Chicago. Look at this. You're in Chicago. By the way, here's your quarterbacks. You ready? You've had to deal with
Oh yeah.
Harbaugh, who I love as a coach, but not as a quarterback. Jim McMahon, Trubisky, Jay Cutler. And if you go into all of the horrible, those are the best. Eric Kramer. These are the best quarterbacks ever in Chicago.
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, he said Jay Cutler.
Wait a second. Tony the ref checks in.
Okay.
He says that's an automatic tech.
Really?
Punching that?
Yes. It's not because it's her. We don't call that. We hear it. Automatic tech, Tony says.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like I see it all the
She's not
time.
harming. Are they not? No one's harming anything.
All right, Tony.
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure.
But I go to Tony. Tony's a great ref.
Yeah. Wow.
Does a lot of public league, Catholic league stuff, and
Yeah.
Tony knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's weird. This is also weird. This hoodie they got at Citizens Bank Park with the City Series. It's like a hockey style neck, but the colors are a little off base.
Oh.
They're like Pittsburgh colors.
That's
My mind,
horrible.
Bruins. Yeah, my mind went to Bruins, but that's just horrible.
Yeah, like
That's terrible.
yeah.
Too much yellow.
Who's buying that?
That's a Bruins. That is Bruins.
It makes no
It
sense.
is the other thing.
Here we go.
They're going to start me up, wind me up. You got to be near. You got to stay to your color scheme.
I agree with
All
that.
right, you got to stay to your color scheme. You can't have all everybody wants to be everybody. You're not everybody. The Phillies should never have something with the Bruins. It's terrible. I don't even like this. The City Connect colors are bad. They're not good. They're not Phillies.
Preach.
Anything. maroon, powder blue, any kind of combination. What? I know you're dying to sell something else. It's bad enough that you got green Phillies jerseys for St. Patrick's Day, and you got camouflage, and you got every other color on the the pink jerseys, everything. You got to be your own color.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I couldn't agree more with you, man.
My idea was
no
That's
point.
awful.
There's no point.
My idea was black, red, and blue. That was my idea for
With the black. Where's black come in? No, black. Another one. You're the other one.
He was just calming down.
Trying to get black into everything. It's not part of the Phillies. Why would you do that?
I got red and blue in there, cuz.
No, my idea was modernize the fat P jersey and make it the new P with the blue and the red with the stripe down the side would look real sharp.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Just stop trying to put. It's like the Sixers black jerseys that you guys grew up with.
Love them.
They love it. There's AI.
They're coming back next year.
I know.
Next year, is it? This year or next year?
Yeah, I love AI. I saw AI yesterday.
How's he doing?
I was at the Fanatics Gear did a big
Fanatics Fest?
Fest over in Manhattan, and so I had to do a broadcast up there, and it was AI's the best.
Yeah,
he's still the coolest. He's the coolest.
Yeah,
he's the coolest. You know, I talk.
He doesn't even really try. He doesn't try. He just
he's
cool.
just cool. You know, who I talked to Stone Cool Warren Moon.
Yeah, Warren Moon is cool.
I loved him.
These kids don't know, cuz.
I love
cool, like a Billy D kind of cool.
Yes.
Like smooth.
Yes.
Nice.
Really, really cool. But bright, just, and not, you know what it is too? Like, he wasn't bitter at all about, like, he was a great player.
Yes,
the run and
he was
shoot.
ridiculous.
Yes.
Like the run and shoot.
Yeah.
Offense. All the stuff that you see today, it goes from those principles.
Yeah.
I mean, and, he didn't win because he didn't have any kind of defense. He was a great player.
He was.
Great thrower. Came from Canada.
That's right.
Who called it the Chuck and Duck?
Yeah.
Who called it that?
Yeah, I forget.
Was he the first quarterback to really wear number 1? So I can't think before him. I can't think of anyone that really wore number 1.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
He was great.
But he was cool. Who else I told you? You know who I loved talking to, be honest with you? Bust out. Joe Smith.
Oh, basketball.
I had a great conversation with Joe Smith. Joe Smith was in Philadelphia twice.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I didn't know this. This would be a great story. So he grew up in the neighboring town of Allen, of Iverson.
Oh.
And they played an epic high school basketball championship game. His school against AI.
Wow.
102-100.
For a high school game?
Yes.
Wow.
Is it like 12
Wow.
overtimes?
No. I can only imagine how that had to be unbelievable. I said, wow, dude, that's a 30 for 30.
Yeah, it is. Catholic League championship games like 42 to 30.
Yeah. 102-100. Can you imagine?
That's outrageous.
All right, go ahead.
There's big news in the graffiti world in Philadelphia. The Inquirer's all over this one. There's the building with the Boner Forever attached to the top. It's Philadelphia's most infamous graffiti tag. Shift Capital, who bought the building, their funding's fallen through, so the building is not getting demolished as of yet. And digging into this, I didn't know it's a collab between Boner from Brooklyn, a famous artist, and a Philly guy who used to tag Forever. And that's how I got the name. That's why it says what it
really?
says.
That's the two tags.
Yeah, the two guys.
The collab.
Yeah. So good news. Everyone's excited that will still stand for a little bit.
Absolutely.
I got jealous. I heard that Jamie had a little perfume with mayonnaise.
Yes, we did talk about that. Will Levis.
So I had to go. I couldn't let Jamie do me one up like that. So I got a little.
That's right. You didn't know.
I got a little food perfume.
VG, what are we
The
watching
drizzle.
right now?
Surprisingly captivating, mysteriously alluring. The enchanting aroma of hot and handmade pretzels dripping with butter. It tantalizes every sense, and then some. Need by Auntie Anne's. Surrender to the smell.
Wow! Where did you find that?
Little. It's called Eau de Pretzel.
Oh, the
By
pretzel.
Annie Ann's.
Oh my god!
I just had one of those yesterday.
Did you really?
You want to smell like
My kids love the Annie Ann's.
So good.
It's great.
They love it. They love it. My kids, they go nuts over the Annie Ann's.
Do they do the cinnamon sugar with the dip, or they do the traditional salt?
Traditional ones.
So they like this traditional, and I know Massimo does the pepperoni pretzel.
Ooh,
He does
that's
the
a
pretzel.
good item.
The one you bring us sometimes is really good, VJ.
Of the pretzels,
South Philly.
there's some great pretzels, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna like look at the pretzel, the classic, and it's made with the Philadelphia water. Go ahead.
Oh, Center City Pretzel Company on Washington Ave, like 700 block or 800 block.
Old
fantastic.
school. My grandmother used to bring home pretzels.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was always a thing, and she get you 6 pretzels in that brown paper bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and they would
Grease
always be on
stains.
top of the. She'd get them, and like you walk in, and it was on top of the toaster oven. was the pretzels?
You remember the guy?
And the Philly Pretzel Factory makes a great pretzel. It makes it great, and the pretzel dog
That's great.
is
Yeah, I
a
know.
great item. That's a Massimo item.
The rivets. I love the rivets.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really good.
All the
All the
sauces, the
spreads.
dips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Massimo
mustard.
loves the pretzel dog. They have the pretzel
That sounds
sausage
good.
is an item too.
Remember the guys used to be on the corner selling
yeah.
the pretzels? They
So I'll never
wash
forget.
their hands.
Never.
Go to the bathroom, count money.
Dude, they would like outside of Eagles game. Remember walking back, and it's freaking cold, right? So they got gloves, but the fingers cut out on the gloves.
Yeah.
and you could see their dirty fingernails. Like they had the dirty fingernails, and they're reaching in with the pretzel.
How many you need? 5?
Guy's got like 14. The pretzel, there you go.
They be like on the corners in the Northeast.
The
on
shopping
boulevard.
cart.
Yeah.
There used to be, but where Chickies and Pete's was in South Philly, used to be an A&P.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good little nugget.
Maybe
by there.
then an Acme turned into, yeah, and then turned out. So they would steal the carts from there and go down to the vet
They still do it
with their
sometimes.
pretzel carts.
I see them every now and then. I see them more now in Chester when I go to Union games. They do that outside there too.
Yeah.
They eat with the carts.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't want to smell like a mall, as Casper says. So Casper, big weekend for our loyal listener Casper. He popped the question to his lady this weekend.
Hey.
Yeah.
Congrats,
Congrats, buddy.
He sent us in a little video of it. He's
Let's
down.
do it.
Yes, duh.
Love it.
That's awesome.
That's
That's love.
Yeah.
Look at that. We had some love.
Love is good.
That's beautiful. You want to do one more?
Yeah, it was a birthday this weekend. Sofia Vergara had a birthday this weekend. So I'm posting some
Colombiana.
pictures of her. She turned 52.
Damn.
Looking all right, huh?
Oh my God, she looks fabulous.
Yeah. She was great in that the cartel movie.
Griselda.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Griselda. Yeah. She was fantastic in that.
But you guys know, like Griselda was like not very attractive.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures of
back
them.
then.
No, she was. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Sophia still looked pretty good. in
Yeah.
Griselda,
She
you
was
know?
known to kill her husbands.
Yes.
She was insane. A little
Yeah.
insane.
In fact, I know a guy
I know a guy.
who was proposed to by her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
And he said, obviously, he said no.
I'm good. Thank you, but no thank you.
He's from Philadelphia.
Really?
Yes. All right, down night tonight. All right, we got nothing.
Good rest night. Me and Bryce will be taking it easy, resting up, recharging for the big
You
series.
can't swing a
Gummies.
bat. My God. All right, but tomorrow,
Next thing you know, he comes off the bench without being
Stop,
loosened up.
stop,
he pulls
stop.
an oblique.
Stop, I don't hear it. No. All right.
You gotta take it to the Braves, cuz.
I can't. It's going to be big tomorrow.
Yes.
It's going to be big series. Anyway, great stuff. Skeeves produced, did great.
Nice work.
JP, VG, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We love you guys. All right, relax tonight because it's on tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning.
all silly like the mayor.